in the Empire Championship. If they fail to fire in this second half, then Dean Saunders will be tasting defeat for the first time since he took over here, and this of course his fourth match in charge. Well, they came on strong last time out in the second half at Peterborough. Can they do the same here? We shall find out. No changes to either side at half-time. Stop goes high. Leeds has out for Leeds United. There's Ilunga. Out by Leeds again. And a touch from Gillett. Naylor goes all the way back to one of the two debutants in this side, Chris Kirkland and Herita Ilunga, both acquired over that international window. Goes straight into the side. Here's Parkin. Early sign of intent, perhaps, as he tried to get one on target, even though it was well wide.
No changes from Dean Saunders at half-time. He feels the personnel he sent out at the start of the game can turn this round, but they need to provide a bit more service to Parkin and Sharp. That one opportunity in the first half, John Parkin, and fluffed his lines, but sure, he's got into his players, so they need to be a bit more aggressive, create some more opportunities. But it's been a problem all season for Doncaster scoring goals, and to see them getting two tonight to win this one, or maybe even more, it's going to be a hard job for them.
They've only scored more than one goal twice in their last 20 championship matches. It's the measure of the turnaround if they're going to add 3 points to their slender tally so far this season. As we know, Leeds always have a goal in them. The question mark for them predominantly is whether they can, having got their first clean sheet in the league since February, get back-to-back ones. Gillett crowded out, but not losing out. Friend. Here's O'Connor. Parkins leap, slightly missed time. Lee stood strong. Really Sharp wanting the free kick, but in truth, just two players competing for the ball, wasn't it?
I saw it in the first half, maybe going down a little bit too easily. Leeds and O'D, the two centre-halves for Leeds, have shown great appetite. They know they're in a battle against the two Doncaster forwards, and they're quite happy to put their bodies on the line and work defensively very, very hard to stop those two influencing the game.
McCormack. Joint top scorer in this league with Southampton's Ricky Lambert. Keogh, the able deputy. Here's Snodgrass. Well, to get his cross away, came off Friend. Coppinger. O'Connor. Settled into a pretty similar pattern to the way the first half finished, hasn't it, these opening 4 minutes of the second period?
Yeah, Doncaster are trying to knock the ball around and get some rhythm to their game, but Leeds, with that one-goal lead, are really working hard and denying the home side any space at all to play in, and that's denying service up to the two front players. So, in the opening few minutes of this second half, it's been fairly easy for that Leeds defence.
Coppinger, this might come to Billy Sharp. Slid in to try and keep it in, not allow Leeds to get back, although they do have the corner.
Yeah, Billy Sharp just didn't have the pace there to get on the ball quick enough. Tom Lees comes across, does the right thing, stays on his feet. Sloppy play at the back for the first time really from O'D, but Billy Sharp really can't get on the ball quick enough. It's good defending from Lees, even though they had to give a corner away at the end.
Well, this is where they'll look to capitalise. Coppinger takes, but that will disappoint straight at the goalkeeper. And when they had sent the cavalry forward, and they had Parkin up there as well. They wanted a better delivery, I suppose.
It wasn't the greatest ball in, but the Leeds defenders, they want their goalkeeper to do exactly what he did there, Lonergan. If there's any chance he can come and collect it, just come out and make sure his handling's good, which it was.
Here's Pugh, who scored the goal that separates the sides. Keogh. Clayton. To Howson. Snodgrass staying wide. As Connolly with a supporting run outside him. But only one thing on Snodgrass's mind, and that's to test Kirkland.
Yeah, he is genuinely two-footed. Robert Snodgrass is saying, Chris Kirkland, you've got to get tighter. You can't allow him to come inside so easily onto that left foot. And the ball bounces whippily and goes through one of his own defenders. And Chris Kirkland, as we saw in the first half, concentration levels very good.
Pugh. Keogh. Into Snodgrass. Here's White. Fizzed in really well by White. Little deflection at the near post. Carries it to Clayton. Howson. Helped on by Keogh. McCormack. And in it goes. It's a second goal for Leeds United. Ross McCormack peels away in celebration.
Well, this is an absolutely magnificent finish, because to me it seemed the ball had actually got away from him. It comes on the back of a couple of minutes possession from Leeds, where they just pulled and pushed Doncaster around. Then a clever little ball round the corner, just sees McCormack nice and lively. He's definitely onside. Ilunga's playing him on. It looks to me as if he's lost possession of this, but again he just adjusts his body brilliantly. It's an acrobatic finish. It's the finish of a top striker in top form, and again Chris Kirkland can do absolutely nothing. A quite spectacular finish, and 2 goals up now, Leeds. You see, it's very hard for Doncaster to get back into the game.
Classy, and it's probably taken Leeds United out of sight.
When he first joined Leeds, he just couldn't get a goal for love nor money, and probably in the past he would have tried to maybe take that ball down, but as soon as it broke in the air back to goal, his first thought was to overhead kick that and score, and a magnificent finish.
Well, it was looking tricky to get back into the game at 1-0. It's now looking monumental, the task that Doncaster have. Here's Snodgrass. Well, McCormack wanted it played. He was in plenty of space. It is Keogh. Kirkland comes out.
How many runs does Andy Keogh down the left and right in the channels? His energy, fantastic. He takes defenders away and opens up space for other players. Just the quality of the final ball in. He's looking for his strike partner. He just can't find him. But great work again by the partner. Ross McCormack scores the goals. Andy Keogh does such a lot of work around him.
Well, it's into double figures in all competitions this season now for Ross McCormack. 9 in his last 10 championship matches. And that statistic you were talking about last season, without a goal in his first 19 appearances for Leeds. It's back to the Ross McCormack that set the championship alive when he was at Cardiff City. Stock. This is Gillett to O'Connor. Gillett. Gillett's header. Well, we were looking to precedence for Doncaster to come back and didn't have to look too far away. We were looking for precedence for Leeds to throw it away. And of course, they did surrender a 2-goal lead at Brighton. But, Doncaster are no Brighton the way they're playing at the moment. You would sense that it might be sooner rather than later that we'll see a change from Dean Saunders. Well, what a finish that was from Ross McCormack.
Well, goal scorers sometimes have goals created for them, sometimes it's just down to their own instincts and great finishing. What is really noticeable here about he's able to keep himself onside, could easily have strayed offside, but the improvisation and the confidence to do what he does here, just to always concentrate on that ball and then realise he can just lob this over Kirkland. It's just a magnificent finish.
Top-class finish, whether it be in this division or the top division. It's stronger to see a better finish than that one this weekend. Parkin, not allowed to get his shot away. McCormack. Gillett. I think the Pew really fell over Park in that, so no free kick given. And by Naylor, Parkin. O'Connor. That's a good-looking ball in. Just too high for Billy Sharp. And here's Snodgrass, dropping deep to help out, finding McCormack. It's 2-on-2. He's got Keogh with him. Ross McCormack.
Well, this game could easily run away from Doncaster if they're not careful, getting caught 2-on-2 again. This is another chance to have a look at the fantastic finish of McCormack. Ilunga probably thinks, well, it's a heavy touch, he's going away from goal. There's no danger there, but Ross McCormack has other ideas.
And by Parkin. There's a long way to go, over half an hour, but at the moment you can't see a way that Doncaster are going to get back into this match. See plenty of ways that Leeds can extend their advantage. One way to change things is to send on a player who came off the bench and scored the winning goal in your last outing, and Kyle Bennett has stepped up his preparations for Donny. Clayton. It's come nicely to McCormack, who has a lovely first touch. Second one just a little heavier that time. It allowed a combination of Friend and Ilunga to clear.
His movement again, top classes. Adam Clayton picks this ball up. McCormack's on the move in between defenders. He stays onside. First touch is fantastic. Doesn't have that maybe couple of yards change of pace just to get away from the two Doncaster players who were back with him.
Ilunga. Oster. Coppinger. Comfortably away. 10 leads for Leeds United. So D this time to head clear. Clayton. Well, substantial changes required by Doncaster in terms of the momentum of this match, and one change will become two.
Already two down, you creep towards the hour mark. You've surely got to do something as the home manager. Dean Saunders looks ready to make a change in personnel. It'll change the shape of the side. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, they've had nothing short of a shocking injury list this season, Doncaster. It is improving. And the return of the other fellow who's going to come on, Ryan Mason, testament to that. He's been out for, what, 10 games or so with an ankle injury. Snodgrass. Up and away by Darren O'Dea. Header from Keogh. And a chance to switch things around. For Doncaster Rovers and Dean Saunders. Off comes James Coppinger. And the lively young former Bury midfielder Kyle Bennett comes on. Younger brother of Elliott, who's playing in the Premier League with Norwich. John Oster, the one to make way for the return of Ryan Mason.
I just wonder what Dean Saunders might do. Changing his personnel around, looks to me as if he's going to try and get Kyle Bennett a little further forward than James Coppinger was playing at times. He's got 4-3-3 really. He's trying to play in behind Bennett, in behind Parkin and Billy Sharp. So really it is a three-man front line. He needs to try and get the ball to him. That's the important thing now.
Racing looking to add a bit of mobility from midfield. He's on loan from Spurs, the 20-year-old. Started the first couple of games of the season. And now, as we were saying, back after injury. We need something from someone at the moment, the home side. Olunga. McCormack. Howson. Pugh. This is Adam Clayton. White. Pugh. That's deflected behind for a corner.
With a change of formation for Doncaster, playing with that extra player up front, it just leaves a bit of space for Leeds to play in central midfield. Howson, Clayton, they can control the game. As you saw there, get the ball out wide. Get the fullbacks into the game as well, and it's going to put Doncaster under a lot of pressure.
Well, have they sorted it out at the back? It wasn't a corner, but it was a free kick from almost the corner position in the first half that led to the first Leeds goal. Combination of that and some pretty chaotic defending led to the opener from Pugh. It's a Snodgrass delivery, and it's a header, and it's a goal. Well, Leeds United threatening to run riot here, and Tom Lee celebrates.
Well, this is far too easy. It's never easy to score from an away swinging corner. It's a decent ball in from Snodgrass, and Tom Lees has been fantastic at the back. But to get a header in, just outside the 6-yard box, middle of goal, it's really sloppy defensively again. Tom Lees in there to try and get his head on the ball. He just really shrugs off his defender. It's not the greatest of headers, it's not the hardest header in the world he's ever put in. But again, it just bounces. Kirkland's going to his left, the ball bounces to his right. Defensively, Doncaster, that is really poor to allow Tom Lees a relatively free header from 8 yards out.
Well, Tom Lees, who scored his first goal against Hull City, having scored an own goal in the same game, has his second for the club. And now they can really start to enjoy themselves, the 4,000 or so Leeds fans, because you sense there could be more. Pugh. Howson. Snodgrass. That'll go behind for another corner.
Well, that third goal's a real kick in the teeth. Dean Saunders makes his changes, sends on attacking players. Kyle Bennett and his side concede a very sloppy third goal, and you just can't see Donny getting back into this one at this stage.
Well, if you wait 10 months, or 10 games rather I should say, for an away win, you might as well find one in style, and that's what Leeds are doing. That was close to a D and away by O'Connor. Offside against Keogh.
I shouldn't be surprised that Leeds have scored 3 goals. They have been very entertaining away from home in the Championship. But tonight what's impressed me as well is that defensive resilience. They've had an appetite for defending. You see Simon Grayson, maybe the 2 weeks they've had off, he's worked very hard to get them harder to break down, and it's been evident tonight.
Well, for the second away game they've scored 3 goals. Difference is this time they still have their clean sheet intact. And this time, well, look at things, they've got time to enjoy it. Friday night out in Doncaster. Here's Bennett. Stock. Gillett. By O'Connor, a D went for it. All that needed was a touch. Bennett wasn't too far away, and Lonergan could smile.
Doncaster just hoping something breaks, just launching the ball into the 6-yard box and hoping it breaks to a Doncaster shirt. It doesn't. And so many Leeds defenders there keen to get on the ball. Lonergan again, quick out, and good collect.
Is this the evening that the Dean Saunders revolution finally got a bit of a reality check? Unbeaten in 3, but hitting a rampant Leeds United side in game number 4.
Again, that's fantastic work from Andy Keogh. OK, he's not scoring goals, but getting a corner from that situation, running the channels there, making defenders put their foot on the ball and winning a set piece. It's absolutely priceless for a team.
And Leeds will be optimistic, given what's gone before. They can carve something else out here. Trying to help it on at the near post. Back out to Snodgrass. Dug up beautifully. He wasn't too far away from making contact. Look at that endeavour from McCormack to keep it alive. Through the challenge, McCormack. Clayton back in. A little overzealous. Say he went in there, Danny Pugh, but Leeds United right at it now, aren't they?
Well, whether you're new to a club as a manager, you're so disappointed when you give away goals from set pieces. They've already done one in the first half from a free kick, this from a corner. Far too easy for Tom Lees, just heading that down. Doesn't look as if there's an awful lot of danger there. You'd feel that Chris Kirkland would make a save, or one of the defenders on the post would clear this away. No one deals with it, and it's a very, very soft third goal.
Well, the Leeds centre-half of this season comfortably out-jumping the Leeds centre-half of last season. When you take into account the fact that Leeds have got a game in hand over many of the other sides in the Empower Championship. This is a win that'll take them up into the top 5. They haven't played the same number of games of most of the others, who of course play again tomorrow, as the top 2 tiers get back to action with a bang.
Well, they missed out on the playoffs, was it a single point last season? So I'm sure Simon Grayson will be looking at the playoffs once again. Very competitive Championship league this season, but we've seen tonight that more than capable of scoring goals. But it's the clean sheet you might well be talking about at the end of this match, because that's what his side needs if they are to really push on and end up in the playoffs.
Well, that's now 20 goals in their 4 away games, and they've scored half of them. Make life easier though when you keep a clean sheet, and as you said, that's exactly why most of the last fortnight will have been spent working on that side of things. And one of the centre halves pops up with a goal just to make it even more satisfying for Simon Grayson on his 150th game in charge. And the man who, since the departure of Jermaine Beckford, or even when Jermaine Beckford was there, has borne the goal-scoring responsibilities, hasn't yet really been needed this season. He's going to come on now, Luciano Becchio, for 20 minutes.
This is a really encouraging sign for Leeds as well. I mentioned whether they can make the playoffs. Well, having some strength in depth in terms of their squad is very important, and having a player like Becchio, who's not really played too much of a part this season, that's a really big boost for Simon Grayson and Leeds.
Ross McCormack say, because the Championship enters another very busy phase, midweek round of games, and then of course back into action next weekend. Leeds 2 of their next 3 away from home as well. Peterborough and Birmingham following that. Maybe a slight element of precaution to that change as well. He's been holding his right knee a little awkwardly. O'Connor. When you compare this performance here tonight against, let's not forget, a Doncaster side who were very much on the up, unbeaten in 3 games, compare it to Leeds' opening performance against Southampton. They are firmly moving in the right direction now. There's a unity, there's an endeavour, and there's an effectiveness in front of goal. There's a quality, many things to please the manager.
There's a growing confidence as well, and that's always worrying for sides. Leeds United will play. If their players believe in themselves and they're good players, then the opposition have a problem. But they've been gifted, you have to say as well. A couple of goals tonight, and the McCormack goal was outstanding.
O'Connor. He hasn't dealt with that well, nor is the goalkeeper Lonergan. That bounced up, ricocheted off a couple of players as Lonergan made a little bit of a meal of it. And the referee felt there was no case to answer. Well, he has brought play to a halt here.
Well, if Donny were to have any chance, they probably needed the referee to point to the spot here. Lonergan, it's a complete mess of trying to clear it. He tries to catch it, the ball slips out of his grasp, bounces up. I think the goalkeeper's genuinely going for the ball there. Hayter's appealing for the penalty. We saw in the first half the referee is trying to let the game go and let challenges go in the penalty area.
Bennett. Comfortably dispossessed by House. Three steps forward and 1 step back. That's the way I look at it. We'll regroup and go again. Still a work in progress, and as we've seen, a lot of the basics that he would have been working on haven't worked out for him.
So 3 games doesn't make a season, and they've been encouraged by the start his team has actually made, but he's sure he understands it's going to be a long old season for Doncaster. Looks like Andy Lonergan has a dislocated finger. Maybe he got that as he came out to challenge Hayter. That bouncing ball, maybe got a kick there that's just twisted that little finger.
Well, the substitute goalkeeper at Leeds United these days is Paul Rahubka. He may well get a rare run out.
Sure, this is maybe where he picks up the injury, spills the ball, he goes chasing after it. Does he get a kick on the hand? It looks like it maybe does. That's possibly where he picked up that. It looks like a dislocated little finger.
It's been a long time since Leeds United have been able to celebrate March in Preston away from home. Hasn't stopped them turning up in their numbers wherever they've been. And always a good way to start a weekend with a win over, if not your nearest or even your dearest rivals, certainly a local rivalry that both clubs like to enjoy the better in. And today, yet again, it's Leeds Day. Clayton. Super Sunday starts at the Emirates. Arsenal against Sunderland live from 1 o'clock, Sky Sports HD1. And then the focus goes to the northeast, Newcastle against Tottenham. That's live from 3:30, Sky Sports HD1, and that one also available for you in Sky 3D. No change of goalkeeper. The satisfaction of what was closing in on back-to-back clean sheets for Andy Lonergan, having not kept one in the calendar year of 2011. Whether for Preston or for Leeds United will be tempered by the fact he's been forced off. Paul Rahubka only seems to play for Leeds against Doncaster. He played in that Carling Cup win back in August. Here he is coming on for his first league appearance since February.
The 3-0 scoreline makes the decision. Simon Grayson to take off McCormack, and now Lonergan that much easier. As the game looks to be won, he doesn't want to take any risk. If those players do have little knocks and niggles, he'll need them for the upcoming games.
Bennett showing his pace. But in truth, such as the momentum been with Leeds, none of the changes that Dean Saunders implemented have really made an impact.
There's very, very few occasions, too many I can remember, where Doncaster got in behind that Leeds back four. They've been marshalled well by O'Dea and Lees, and just a bit of slack defending there for O'Dea, giving the corner away.
Bennett with the corner. Lonergan will go, and if it is dislocated, probably have it painfully put back in again. That little finger of his. Well, I remember Leeds United winning 4-1 at Scunthorpe last season. Certainly the best away performance since then in terms of goals and winning margin in the league. Here's Keogh. White. A bit more detail for you on the injury to Andy Lonergan. It is a dislocated finger, and dislocated to an extent that it couldn't be popped back in on the pitch. So I dare say there are a few screams echoing through the corridors around the dressing rooms at the moment.
had a fair few injuries in my time, ruptured cruciate ligaments, but I once dislocated a finger at Ipswich when I was playing for Everton. And Bill, I'll tell you, they are really, really painful as a goalkeeper. Of course, you just can't carry on.
Stock. So it was a long time ago, back in 2008, that he was the last one to score a winning goal for Doncaster against Leeds. Any goal for the home side here will be in the consolation bracket, that's for sure. Pretty testing week to come for Donny and their supporters after what's turned into a pretty testing Friday night. Blackpool away on Tuesday, Portsmouth with whoever will be their new manager away next weekend. If the scoreboard isn't reminder enough, I think the Leeds supporters just also telling their hosts exactly what the implications of it are.
I realise how important those travelling fans and the fans at Ellen Road will be to Leeds this season as well. They really do get behind their side wherever they play, and they're determined to get Leeds back into the Premier League. And about 5,000 of them here at the Keep Note tonight, so fantastic support once again for the away team.
Looking pretty close to a sellout, but not quite so at the moment, as we're seeing plenty of Donny fans heading perhaps to the bars, clubs of Silver Street to drown their sorrows. I don't think Manny will be going where he's going. Keogh spinning away. Friend thought about pulling back. Keogh! Oh, it's come back off the crossbar. Here's Becchio. Snodgrass in, but he used his hand. And Andy Keogh, well, he knows he should have found the back of the net there.
Oh, he deserves a goal tonight for his performance, but the way he just reads the ball over the top and spins as the defender, it's George Friend who just can't stay with him, and he just can't keep this ball down. It's always bouncing. It's on the rise, it's up close to his body as well. He just can't keep it below the crossbar, but he really does deserve a goal. He's worked tirelessly tonight.
It's probably a factor throughout his career, isn't it, that his performances and his endeavour hasn't quite been reflected by the number of goals he's scored. Just the one this season, and that was last time out at Brighton. But he's a really important part of this Leeds recovery after that stuttering start they made.
We talked about the inability of Doncaster to get in behind the Leeds back four, but it's a perfect example that Andy Keogh always looking to run into channels in behind defenders, keep himself onside, and he's proved really, really effective tonight.
Bennett. Clayton. Bennett with a good mazy run. Leeds in the end feeling the best course of action was to give away a corner. They still have a substitution in hand, Leeds, and they're going to make that one shortly. The Finnish international Mika Värinön. Bennett's corner. Naylor met it. Couldn't do anything with it.
He's always on the stretch. He needs to jump a little bit earlier just to try and guide the ball down to give himself a chance of scoring.
Mika Värinön, who was heavily involved in international duty with Finland over the recent break. He starts for his country, but not for his club. Clayton, who's having a super season, isn't he, in there alongside Johnny Howson. Comes off. Smiles all round.
Clayton rescued Leeds at West Ham in a game we did earlier in the season. Just a very effective central midfield player, brings the best out of players around him as well, does his job well. Allows Howson and Snodgrass Pugh to get forward. Another good evening's work from Adam Clayton.
Pugh. Pugh. White. And it's clear to see what positive Leeds will take from this. Their first away win since way back earlier this year in March. Are there any positives here for Doncaster?
I was going to say it's a very important time for them. First defeat under Dean Saunders' management. Important that the fans stick with them as well. It's going to be a long season. We saw that in the opening 7 games when they just picked up a point. Okay, they've been on the rise, but they've been well beaten tonight. But the fans have got to stick with them, and the players have got to keep believing that they can put on a good show for the rest of the season.
As Kirkland clears his first action of the season for anyone is to put the ball out of the back of his net 3 times. Pugh. Leeds have specialised in late goals this season, usually to salvage situations. This time, if they find one, it'll be just to add a little bit of gloss to the scoreline. Side against Pecchio. Been working on Billy Sharp over the break to get him fit. He's probably not still up to full match sharpness after what, the best part of 2 months out of the side.
He didn't really need to be when you're up against Leeds and OD, who not really giving him an inch, and maybe just lets that yard slow. But that'll pick up with more training and more games. That's exactly what Dean Saunders will need from him, because every single one of this squad is going to be utilised this season. So they need Billy Sharp as fit as he can possibly be, as quick as possible.
Lunga. Bennett. Bennett, who is a versatile young footballer. Mason drives it. Focus now for Leeds is to see this through and get a clean sheet. I mean, every bit as much to them as the 3 goals they put in at the other end. Scott. Brent. Here's Pugh. Snodgrass. You are back for Keogh. Keogh's the only one inside the penalty area at the moment. Leeds in no hurry to fire it in there, just winding down the clock. Good composed play that'll please the manager, given some of the slips they've had in recent times towards the end of matches.
It's been the story of the night for them. They have been in control. They've physically dominated Doncaster, and then they've played some decent football when the opportunity has arisen. It's been a complete performance in many ways from Leeds.
Certainly a completely satisfying one for Simon Grayson. One cloud on the horizon, though. A pretty painful one. In terms of the goalkeeper, Andy Lonergan. Those fingers strapped. Little one dislocated. Doesn't look too unhappy, though, does he? Pass from Vernon. There's O'Connor. Stock. And that was a frustrated challenge there by the young substitute, Ryan Mason. Always knew that White was getting away from him, and Kevin Friend shows him the yellow card.
I just wonder whether the referee might have a bit of sympathy with him. He's been in injury time and just let him get away with that, but it was intentional, looking to hack the legs of Aidan White as he broke forward, so the referee really has to give him a yellow card, I suppose.
Indeed. Towards Becchio. What the form of McCormack and Keogh does is give Simon Grayson the luxury of some competition for places up front. Nunez, who got a couple here in the League Cup, not even on the bench tonight. The wide midfielder, rather. (13 points from 15 in the blue corner. And the first defeat in his 4th game in charge in the red corner. Satisfaction as far as Leeds are concerned of being able to sit back and see what everyone else does tomorrow. White bustles back. Rubka to get through an enormous pile of work since he's come on. Bennett. By OP. Bennett. He was tried to stay on his feet by the look of things, but in the end, free kick is given by Kevin Friend.
An awful lot on Kyle Bennett. It doesn't take much, maybe just to bump him over, but a positive move. That's what he's been sent on to do. Pick the ball up, commit defenders. Looks like he's going to take the free kick that he's just won.
So a chance for consolation. Right at the dash. Kevin Friend marches the wall back. George Friend sets his sights. Rubka at least given something to do to sing for his supper.
The sub-keeper's not been on too long, but good positioning and good handling.
But a great night for Leeds United. Their first away win in 7 months sees them move up to the top 5 of the Empire Championship table ahead of the rest of the weekend's fixtures. But for Doncaster, after upward momentum since the arrival of Dean Saunders as manager, they taste defeat under their new boss for the first time. It was emphatic. Pugh in the first half, a real cracker from Ross McCormack early in the second, and Tom Lees, who rose above the former Leeds United defender Richard Naylor to head in the third. A satisfactory night on so many levels for Leeds United as they keep up their excellent momentum of late that they built up before the international break. It's now 13 points from a possible 15 available that they have taken from their recent outings. Let's get some reaction. Patrick Davidson is down on the pitch.
Andy, great win. Was that the complete away performance you've been waiting for?
Yeah, you know, we haven't won away from home this season, and I think we put on a great performance tonight, and we deserve to win.
You rattled Chris Kirkland's crossbar. For you, was it a case of everything but a goal tonight?
Oh, well, you know, as long as we win, I'm happy, but, you know, disappointing. I should have scored, to be honest, but, you know, 3-0, can't complain.
Ross got another goal. Just how well is that partnership working right now?
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know, Ross has been on fire. He's shown some great instincts around the box, and, you know, thoroughly deserves his goals.
We've got Tommy Lees next to you. Just how important has he been in the defence that has kept 2 clean sheets now in a row?
Yeah, well, he started off right back, and he's moved into the centre now, and, you know, he's been brilliant. Great goal as well from him today, and, you know, great performance.
So, Tommy, win, clean sheet, goal. Pretty perfect night for a centre-half, eh?
Yeah, it's a good night, and a good night for the whole team. I'm sure everyone will be really pleased now, so it's a good habit to get into, and like we said before, if we can keep clean sheets, we've all got a chance of winning because we've got a lot of firepower up front with Andy and Ross.
Enjoy playing centre-half?
Yeah, I enjoy playing centre-half, but I've said before, I'll play anywhere.
You've had to work hard to get into the side as well. I suppose you're determined now to hang on to that place?
Yeah, like all the players, there's quality lads. Not even travelled today, and we've got a competitive squad, and if you're not on your game, then you'll be replaced quickly.
I think it was 5 last season at Bury, 2 already this season. Are you a defender with a goal in you?
Well, hopefully, yeah. Just try and chip in when I can, yeah.
Andy, just a quick question on the Republic of Ireland drawing Estonia today. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you know, every game's going to be tough, but, you know, we're happy with that. But, you know, we're going to have to do what we've done all group and, you know, be competitive and well organised. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, we'll have something to celebrate in November.
Okay, well, Andy, you're the Empower man of the match. I think Tommy's got the bottle for us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Tom Lees perhaps a little bit happier than his 20 years betrayed. Superb performance for him tonight. Goal scorer and becoming an integral part of that Leeds back four. Came through the Leeds system. And alongside Aidan White, it's a youthful look to that back four for Leeds United. Let's look at that, where that first away win of the season takes Leeds United. And it takes them into the top 6.
Treatment. But frankly, 40 tickets? I find it very, very difficult. And I mean, why can't you just give them a £500 ticket and give them a drink at the bar? I mean, it really is. I think it's just almost making a joke of the British public. I really do.
If someone turned around to you today from the government and offered you one of those tickets, would you take it?
I wouldn't even consider the possibility, because I think it is totally wrong for politicians to have their snout in the trough.
It's a shame, because the Olympics, you hope the man in the street can get inside to see it, because it's a once in a lifetime, isn't it?
Exactly. And, you know, not just that, but I mean, people have been looking forward to it for so long. They're all excited. It is going to be the most amazing games ever. You know, they are doing such a good job on the buildings and building it in time and on budget. And it's just been ruined by this greed of, you know, the government wanting tickets, the mayor's office wanting tickets, and local authorities, about half of the local authorities in London have taken up the offer of tickets. And it's wrong. And it's very sad.
Baroness, let's hope we get some reaction to some of the great points you've made. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Let's now hear from